Welcome to the Kentucky Labor Cabinet Kentucky Safe Update to KAR 2310, Medical Services and First Aid. In this update, we will discuss the changes in the new standard. The update to the KAR stems from updating the reference document from ANSI. The prior standard referenced the 1990. With a desire to update the language and to work with equipment manufacturers to meet national consensus guidelines, the ANSI 2014 edition was promulgated into the new standard. With this update, the KAR does retain the monthly testing and flushing requirements, as well as the requirements for remote areas and alarms. The change in the standard is brought about by adopting, by reference, an updated version of ANSI Z358.1 2014 edition. The major changes between the two documents will be discussed in later slides. As a specific note, the other changes were improved language to emphasize various items for clarification and updated illustrations to reflect more contemporary designs that are known to meet the criteria set forth in the standard. Additionally, many parts of the newer standard reiterate the same information from section to section. Section 4 provides the first of the major changes. Emergency showers are now only required to flow at 20 gallons per minute, as opposed to the 1990 requirement for 30 gallons a minute. Next, the 100-foot designation for location of an eyewash or shower was removed, but it did keep the 10-second rule. Then we have the new language for temperature allowance, tepid. This range has now been designated in the standard as 60 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Another of the big changes that is mandated is the need for measurements. This section talks about using various types of means to determine the tepidness of the flushing fluid. Another of the major changes noted throughout the newer version is the requirement for following all manufacturer specifications. This is stated in each of the sections dealing with various kinds of eyewashes and its requirements. Also with this, examples of these are provided as in 4.1.1 Section 2. It states that the unit must be connected to a flushing fluid supply per the manufacturer's specification at a designated flow pressure as seen here. Additionally, in this part, an adjustment to the shower height from 82 to 96 inches is now in the standard. In Section 5, the 2014 ANSI details the eyewash pattern for eyewash units and again reiterates the specified flow pressure. Also, when performing this test, the pressure must remain at this level for the entire requirement of 15 minutes at a point not less than 8 inches above the nozzle. In Section 5.4.8, the standard again states that the installation must not only be in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions, it must be verified. Now with this, manufacturers must provide instructions for operation, inspection, and maintenance of each unit. With this, there is a mandate for annual inspections to ensure the requirement found in Section 5.4 of the standard. In Section 5.4.4 and Section 6.4.4, new guidance is given to provide greater importance to the height range of the flushing fluid for eyewash and eye face wash units. The new requirement states that flow patterns be from 33 inches to 53 inches from the user's surface and be 6 inches from the wall. The new standard continues to emphasize having more user-friendly units, but enhances the level of oversight upon the employer. Units shall be constructed so that the flushing fluid will not corrode the unit and be stored in a manner that will be protected from the environment from things such as airborne contaminants. Another update is in Section 6. The 2014 edition again shows an emphasis for not only testing at manufacturer's instructions, it states that the plumbed and self-contained units must be certified per the parameters stated in the standard. In Section 6.4.6, the 2014 edition also discusses hazards that may have specific issues as it relates to the flushing fluid temperatures. In these cases, a safety and health advisor should be consulted for the optimum temperature for each application. This is discussed further in Appendix B6. In the next part, 6.4.7, ANSI outlines 5 items that must be verified. Number 1, after the unit is correctly assembled and installed, all piping connections must be inspected for leaks. Number 2, the valve must remain open once activated. Number 3, with valve fully opened, pattern must be such that both eyes and face are washed simultaneously at a safe pressure. Number 4, the flow rate must be measured at 3 gallons per minute. And number 5, the employer must determine if the flushing fluid is tepid. Another update deals with installation of an eyewash. The 2014 edition states that the flow pattern as described in 5.1.8 is not less than 33 inches and no greater than 53 inches from the surface the user is standing and at a minimum of 6 inches from a wall or the nearest obstruction. In section 6.5.3, self-contained eye face washes shall be visually checked monthly to determine if the flushing fluid needs to be changed or supplemented. These inspections must be done in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. Another notable update in the ANSI 2014 edition pertains to drench hoses. They must meet the performance requirements set forth in section 8.2 at the pressure and flow specified by the manufacturer. Additionally, all personal wash units must be inspected annually to assure conformance with section 8.1 requirements of the standard. Please note, drench hoses and personal eye wash units are considered supplemental and therefore do not satisfy the requirements for 803 KAR 2:310 and cannot be used in lieu of an emergency eye wash and shower. Testing procedures for certification. Each part of the combination unit must be certified individually and when activated simultaneously be in accordance with the procedures outlined in section 4, 5, 6, and 8.2, depending on which of the components listed in 7.1 are included. The following slides are added definitions included in the newly adopted 2014 edition. Please feel free to pause this presentation to read through the updated terminology. Please note, starting with this slide, these terms have updated definitions in the 2014 edition. Again, please feel free to pause this presentation to read the updated terminology. In this slide, we provided a visual representation of some of the updates to the standard. The shower head, shown here, must be at least 82 inches, but not more than 96 inches from the standing surface. Note, the eye wash unit itself is not considered an obstruction. The pull handle, maximum from the standing surface, is 69 inches. The eye wash itself must be not less than 33 inches from the floor, but no more than 53 inches from the floor. In this slide, we have a representation of an emergency eye wash. The updated version for spray pattern now allows for a 3¼ inch by 1¼ inch spray pattern. Additionally, the maximum from the top of the spray head, the spray pattern is 8 inches in height. In this example, the spray heads must be a minimum of 6 inches from a wall or obstruction. The eye wash spray itself must be at 33 inches to a maximum of 53 inches from the floor. Thank you for viewing this presentation. This has been a production of Kentucky Safe. For more information and additional topics, please log on to kysafe.ky.gov.